Today on PlayStation News, Sony announces a new PS Plus catalog games, Sony's under fire for removing a game from the store, Bungie's getting sued and Ubisoft too, Silent Hill 2 removes the spoilers from subtitles, and more. Let's get to it. Hello friends, welcome back to PlayStation News, hoping you are doing great. And we have a new round of PlayStation and gaming stories to talk about in this quick-fire edition episode. So let's start with Sony announcing the new PlayStation Plus catalog games for Extra, Deluxe and Premium users. This month on the game catalog we're getting Dead Island 2, 2 Point Campus, The Dark Pictures Anthology The Devil in Me, Grease, Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, Firefighting Simulator The Squad, Tour de France 2023, and all of those are for PS4 and PS5. Then we have Overpass 2 and Return to Monkey Island for PS5. And returning to the PS Plus catalog from the Ubisoft Classics, we have Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands for PS4. As for Classics, Deluxe and Premium users are getting Dino Crisis for PS4 and PS5, as it was teased on the State of Play last month. There's also PS2 Classic Siren on PS4 and PS5. And we talked about this in previous episodes where there was a new Siren being rated on different classification boards and people were thinking if this was a new remaster or a new remake. Turns out it's a new classic running now in the new emulator, unlike the previous one that was launched on PS4 a few years ago. So this one has up rendering, rewind, quick save and filters, just like all of the other classics that we have been receiving since the new PS Plus was launched. Besides that, there's also R-Type Dimensions EX for PS4, and for PSVR 2 there's the Lag Clockwinder. Missing from this list was Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, that was also teased at the State of Play last month, but they marked both games as coming soon, and this time we got Dino Crisis. Maybe we get Blood Omen by the end of the year. And if you want to know what games are leaving this month, we talked about that in yesterday's video, so I'll leave that in the description and also a card somewhere here on the video, and you can also check that out. Overall, I think it's a solid lineup. There's a few games that are horror themed and it goes well with the month, like Dead Island 2, which I wanted to check out. There's also The Devil in Me, which I had since it came out and haven't played it yet. There's what else? There's Dino Crisis and Siren. I wanted to play Dino Crisis for a while since the rumors came out when the new PS Plus was launched. And there's also some other games that I've been playing Ghost Recon Wildlands for a while, so I already have that, but it's a great game. So yeah, I think it's a great lineup overall again. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, or also look out for the poll in the community tab. Sticking with PlayStation Plus, select users are getting a 20% discount to join the service between October 8th to 22nd. And just like previous PlayStation Plus discounts, since Sony changed the service into this 3-tier, it's only through an invite and it's unclear what the criteria for this selection is. The wording on the email kinda suggests that it's only for new users, but it's unclear if people that want to resubscribe can also apply for this. In any case, if you are interested in PS Plus, check your email to see if you can apply for the discount. We were talking yesterday about Sony announcing the removal of Little Big Planet 3 on October 31st from the PlayStation Store. And a day after, people are wondering if they are also going to remove the original Until Dawn after the remake came out. It appears that certain regions are getting the not available for purchase error message when they get to the store page for the game. But according to Pushware, if you search for the game either on your mobile or the console, the game appears and it's purchasable. In the US, for example, the game appears as normal. You can purchase either the original or the remake. So it seems that it's a mistake on Sony's part. They haven't said anything about removing this game, so it will likely get fixed in the coming days. What's not been fixed is the removal of Hotline Miami from the Australian PlayStation Store, and players are pissed that Sony removed the game from their libraries. According to Press Start Australia, both Hotline Miami games have not received a rating from the Australian Classification Board, thus they are banned from being sold in the country. Sony apparently made a mistake and enabled the game for purchase, and then people started buying the game and claiming it from PlayStation Plus. Now a year later they have realized this blunder, so they sent an email notifying people who got the game, taking it away from their libraries and issuing refunds. People are jumping on Reddit to create several threads about this issue, complaining rightfully about the game that they bugged and was taken away. And who knows what was the issue with Sony that they realized this up to a year later. I'm not defending them, but it's also not the first time that it happens. It also happened to Nintendo back in 2019, but apparently it was quickly removed. Again, this puts in question the all digital future that they are trying to sell us. It's not the same as Little Big Planet 3 where Sony is removing it, but they are being forced to remove it because of a condition, a specific condition of the country. But still, it's another hit for that feature that they are trying to sell. However, if you're all in on that digital future, Bungie has announced that Destiny 2 The Witch Queen and Lightfall expansions are available to all players in open access from October 8 to 15. If you want to buy them instead, all of the DLC, including packs and expansions such as the recent The Final Shape, are up to 85% off on PlayStation, Xbox and Steam until October 24th. So it's a great time to catch up if you are trying to get up to speed on Destiny. I tried in the past and it's impossible, but I have some friends that are getting into it recently, so maybe I'll try it again. Sticking with Bungie, the developer is facing a lawsuit that claims that they stole content from a WordPress article for the creation of the Red War story campaign, according to IGN. The plaintiff is a man named Kelsey Martineau from Louisiana, who wrote an article back in 2013 and 2014 under pen name Caspar Cole on WordPress. Now, he filed this claim on October 2nd, and it includes several comparisons between different groups and characters from Bungie's work, and it also says, and I quote, "Defendants have deliberately and intentionally copied the characters, storylines, and other protectable expressions from Martineau's work in the infringing game. Martineau has never authorized or given consent for defendants to use their copyrighted works in the manner complained of herein." Now, the man is requesting the content to be taken down and also demands a jury trial. If you don't remember, the Red War campaign was the original campaign that the game launched with back in 2017, and it was bolted when Beyond Light launched in November 2020. As of recording, Bungie has not replied to the story or made any comments regarding these claims, so we'll see what happens with this in the future. Now, speaking of more lawsuits, Ubisoft can catch a break recently, as the company is now being sued for allegedly sharing Ubisoft Store and Ubisoft Plus user data with Meta as per VGC. Now, a Bloomberg report indicates that there's a class action lawsuit against the company for the use of the Meta tracking pixel that shares user information when they are visiting the Ubisoft Store or they are using Ubisoft Plus. And this is exposing their information. Besides, Ubisoft doesn't have a disclaimer on their data sharing policy on the website, so that users can decide whether they want to engage with it or not. As a result, Ubisoft is violating the Video Privacy Protection Act, among other laws. This is the latest in a string of several issues for the French company that includes their stock prices going down to the lowest they have been in the past 10 years, Star Wars Outlaws underperforming, and the delay of Assassin's Creed Shadows. So we'll see what happens with Ubisoft next. Moving on, Konami has made a quick patch to Silent Hill 2 after being released on early access this past Sunday and getting an official release this past Tuesday. Now, I'm keeping this spoiler free, but the reason for this patch is to correct a big spoiler the game tells you in the subtitles. At the beginning of the game, you hear an important character giving you a message through a radio, but it's distorted and you can't understand what they are saying. All of the language subtitles match this distortion with the exception of the Italian one, which exposes the message in full, and it's a huge spoiler about the game. Update 1.03 is very small and it fixes this issue, so in any case that you're using Italian language, make sure to update the game. Now, horror game fans are eating really good this month, and after Silent Hill there's A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead, and it promises to leave you silent, and that's literally. So this is a new video published by Saber Interactive, the publisher of the game, and it shows a new surviving silence mechanic implemented by developer Stormine Games. The feature is an optional microphone toggle that detects any ambient sounds that you make in real life, like sneezes, cough, or anything, and it tells your position to the monsters in the game that you have to stealth through. Now, this will likely make the game harder and more stressful, but it could probably be interesting for any live stream content. Now, A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead launches this October 17 for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. Next, there's nothing to fear in Dragon Age: The Veilguard when it launches for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC on October 31st. Not even spiders. So fans were wondering, with the game coming out in a few weeks, if it would be getting the arachnophobia mode as part of the accessibility options. And to that, a BioWare's community manager revealed on the game subreddit that this will be the first game that doesn't have the option to disable spiders. Now, the reason for that is that they didn't simply add any spiders into the game. The decision was mixed received on the subreddit, as some fans were happy the game won't have any spiders, while others were fan of the creepy spiders that have been in the series previously. So yeah, it seems you can't please everyone with this decision, so yeah, we'll see what happens with Dragon Age: The Veilguard when it comes out on October 31st. And there you go, that's all the news that I have for you today. Let me know what you think about all of the stories that we talk about here, including the new PS Plus games. What do you think about them? What do you think about the issue with Hotline Miami and the mistake or not about Until Dawn from the PlayStation Store? And what do you think about both Ubisoft and Bungie being sued for different reasons? Remember that you can find all of the sources for these stories in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing for more PlayStation news videos like this. And also you can find this as a podcast on Spotify. The link is also in the description. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.